Losing a spouse is one of the most painful experiences anyone can go through. And if you've recently faced this loss, I want to start by saying how deeply sorry I am for what you're going through. Grief is a complicated journey, and it's perfectly natural to feel overwhelmed and unsure about what decisions to make next. In these moments, it's easy to make choices that might seem right at the time, but can lead to costly mistakes down the road. Today, I'm here to gently guide you through 5 common pitfalls that many widows and widowers encounter after their spouse passes away. These aren't just financial decisions. They can affect your emotional well-being and future stability too. It's important to remember that there's no rush and no pressure to have everything figured out immediately. Taking your time and seeking trusted advice can make all the difference. If you're feeling lost or uncertain, this video is for you. I'll share simple, thoughtful advice to help you avoid these costly errors so you can protect yourself and begin to heal with confidence. Remember, you don't have to walk this path alone. We're in this together, step by step. If you or someone you love is facing this difficult time, please don't say yes to decisions without understanding the risks first. Watch closely, take notes, and share this video with others who might need this guidance. Together, we can help you avoid these 5 costly mistakes and build a safer, stronger future. Number 1, rushing into major financial choices after losing a spouse. After the loss of a spouse, it's common to feel the urge to take immediate control of financial matters. Suddenly, you're faced with decisions about bank accounts, insurance, property, and possibly changing your living situation. While it may seem like acting quickly can help restore a sense of order, making big financial decisions too soon can have long-term consequences you might later regret. Grief has a way of clouding our ability to think clearly, and financial moves made during this period of emotional upheaval can often be impulsive or poorly informed. The truth is, grief impacts not only our hearts but also our judgment. Emotional strain can lead us to decisions that may seem rational in the short term but prove unwise over time. Many people feel pressure from friends, family, or even professionals to sell their home, relocate, or rework their investments. However, the period following a significant loss is better suited for emotional healing than financial risk-taking. A real-life example is that of Carol Bass, a widow from Florida. After her husband passed away, Carol was overwhelmed with decisions. Friends and acquaintances urged her to sell her family home quickly, arguing that it was too much space for one person and that the market was favorable. Acting on the pressure and in her state of grief, she sold the home she and her husband had shared for over 30 years. She moved into a smaller condo in another city to be closer to relatives, hoping it would provide a fresh start. However, the emotional toll caught up with her. Carol found herself grieving not just her husband, but also the sense of comfort and continuity that her home had provided. In later interviews, she expressed deep regret, saying, "I thought I was doing the practical thing, but I wish I had waited. I didn't realize how much I would miss the life and memories I left behind." This is not a rare story. Real estate decisions aren't the only financial pitfalls after a spouse's death. Widowed individuals can also become prime targets for financial exploitation. Whether it's from scammers offering fake investment opportunities or from well-meaning but misinformed friends suggesting rash financial changes, it's crucial to be cautious. Always be wary of anyone pushing you to make hasty decisions, especially when it involves contracts, large withdrawals, or unfamiliar investments. Another trap is the sudden impulse to distribute money or assets to family and loved ones. The desire to help your children or donate in honor of your spouse can be strong, but acting too quickly could jeopardize your own financial security. What feels generous in the moment may not be financially sustainable in the years to come, especially as expenses change and needs evolve with age. Instead of reacting in the early months, focus on stabilizing your finances. Organize essential documents, track your income and expenses, and avoid commitments that can't be undone. Many financial experts recommend following a 12-month rule, which suggests holding off on any major, irreversible financial decisions for at least 1 year. This buffer period allows emotions to settle and provides the clarity needed to make sound, well-informed choices. It's also wise to seek out a qualified financial advisor who understands the unique challenges of navigating finances after bereavement. Someone experienced in helping widows or widowers can provide both practical advice and emotional sensitivity. They can assist with budgeting, estate planning, taxes, and long-term investments, while helping you avoid common pitfalls. Lastly, remember that healing doesn't follow a fixed schedule, and neither should your financial decisions. Taking time to reflect, gather information, and make gradual changes allows you to honor both your emotional needs and your future financial well-being. There's no benefit in rushing through choices that carry long-term consequences. Give yourself permission to move slowly, ask questions, and wait until you feel confident in your decisions. The path forward after loss is a personal journey, and when it comes to finances, patience is not just wise, it's empowering. Number 2, withdrawing from loved ones after a loss. In the aftermath of losing a spouse, it's perfectly normal to crave solitude. The shock, sorrow, and emotional weight can be overwhelming, and many people instinctively retreat inward. While some alone time is a healthy part of mourning, prolonged disconnection from friends and family can deepen emotional pain and delay the healing process. It often starts with the intention of taking a short break from socializing, turning down invitations, ignoring messages, or avoiding family gatherings. However, what begins as a brief pause can easily evolve into a pattern of isolation. The absence of meaningful interaction can intensify feelings of emptiness, cause emotional stagnation, and lead to physical health problems over time. Scientific research continues to highlight the dangers of social isolation, particularly for older adults. Being cut off from regular human interaction can elevate stress hormones, weaken the immune system, and contribute to chronic conditions like heart disease and depression. On the other hand, even modest social connections, like a brief chat with a friend or neighbor, can significantly improve emotional stability and boost mental well-being. Consider the real-life experience of Eleanor Davis, an 80-year-old widow from Ohio. After losing her husband of 55 years, Eleanor began to decline invitations to family dinners and church meetings, telling herself she needed time to grieve alone. Over the course of several months, her world became increasingly quiet. Her daughter noticed Eleanor had stopped cooking, lost interest in her favorite books, and wasn't getting out of bed as early. Alarmed, her family gently encouraged her to attend a grief support group at their local community center. At first, Eleanor resisted, but once she started going, she discovered comfort in hearing others' stories and eventually formed new friendships that helped pull her out of isolation. Grief support doesn't have to mean joining a large group or talking about your feelings before you're ready. Connection can come in the form of simple gestures, like sharing a meal, sitting in the same room with a friend, or going on a brief walk. These small acts can gently reintroduce a sense of normalcy and offer a reminder that life, though changed, still holds moments of meaning and companionship. Even passive forms of connection, such as attending a community event or listening to others in a casual setting, can offer healing benefits. Just being present among others can provide reassurance that support's available and that you're not navigating grief entirely alone. It's also helpful to lean on structured routines that encourage interaction. This might involve volunteering a few hours each week, joining a local hobby group, or participating in faith-based activities. These commitments not only give your days structure, but also create regular opportunities for social engagement, which can lift your spirits and reduce feelings of isolation. Grieving is not a journey meant to be walked in silence. While solitude has its place, so does companionship. Surrounding yourself with people, even in small ways, can be a lifeline during a time when everything else feels uncertain. Healing doesn't mean forgetting your loss. It means allowing yourself to feel supported as you move forward. Number 3, parting with a loved one's belongings before you're ready. After losing a spouse, it can feel like the world expects you to tidy up your grief, both emotionally and physically. One of the most difficult decisions many face is whether or not to go through their loved one's belongings. Often there's pressure, either self-imposed or from well-meaning family and friends, to start packing things away quickly, as if it's a necessary step to move forward. But the truth is, this can sometimes deepen the wound rather than begin the healing. Grief doesn't operate on a schedule, and neither should the process of sorting through a late spouse's personal items. Everyone moves at their own pace. Some people may find peace in organizing clothes or personal effects after a few weeks, while others may need many months or even years before they feel emotionally ready. There's no universal timeline, and forcing the process too soon can leave lasting feelings of regret. Take the story of Linda Patterson, a 70-year-old from Michigan. Just a week after her husband's passing, her sister-in-law suggested they start clearing out the bedroom to help Linda move on. Unsure and overwhelmed, Linda agreed, but later she found herself searching for his favorite flannel shirt, which had been donated. That missing item wasn't just a shirt, it was a tangible piece of comfort, and the loss of it brought fresh waves of grief. Looking back, Linda wished she had waited until the time felt right for her, not for others. Instead of tackling everything at once, consider easing into the process. Begin with less emotionally charged items, such as expired medications, old paperwork, or duplicates of household goods. When it comes to more sentimental things like clothing, books, or personal mementos, trust your emotions to guide the way. You might find it helpful to keep a few cherished belongings in a special place. These aren't signs you're stuck in the past. They're reminders of love, companionship, and the life you shared. Creating a memory space can also provide emotional support. Some people set aside a small shelf, drawer, or box filled with photographs, letters, or other meaningful items. This space can offer comfort during particularly hard days, anniversaries, or holidays. It's a gentle way to hold on to memories without feeling overwhelmed by them. If your friends or family are encouraging you to declutter before you're ready, remember it's okay to set boundaries. Politely but firmly explain that this part of grief is personal and you need time to process in your own way. Sorting through a loved one's possessions isn't just about tidying up. It's about honoring the past while making space for healing. As you navigate this deeply personal decision, be kind to yourself. It's not about getting it all done quickly. It's about doing it when your heart feels ready. Whether that day is tomorrow or years from now, it's perfectly okay to move at your own pace. Healing is not a race. It's a journey that unfolds one step at a time. If you're struggling with when or how to begin, don't hesitate to reach out for support. Talk to a trusted friend, a grief counselor, or join a local support group. You don't have to face this alone. Start with one small step. Choose one item to keep, one memory to honor, or one conversation to have. Your healing matters, and it begins with giving yourself the grace and permission to grieve in your own way. Number 4, making drastic lifestyle changes. After the death of a spouse, it's common to feel like everything around you needs to change. The home that once felt warm and full now seems too quiet and too big. Familiar routines lose their meaning, and the silence can become overwhelming. In response to this profound loss, many people consider making major lifestyle changes, selling the house, relocating to a new city, quitting their job, or even diving into a new relationship soon after. These big shifts might seem like the fresh start you need to leave the pain behind, but acting too quickly can often cause more harm than healing. Grief clouds judgment and can make decision-making feel urgent, when in reality, time is what you need most. What feels like the right choice in the heat of emotion might be a way to avoid confronting pain rather than truly coping with it. Once the initial emotional storm passes, those impulsive changes can create more instability and new challenges, compounding feelings of loneliness or regret. Take David's story, a 70-year-old widower from Ohio. After losing his wife suddenly, he made rapid, sweeping changes. Within 6 months, he sold their longtime family home, donated most of his belongings, and moved to a retirement community hundreds of miles away. He was convinced that a fresh environment would help him escape the memories and ease his loneliness. However, the opposite happened. The unfamiliar setting left him feeling isolated and disconnected from the support network he didn't realize he needed so much. Reflecting back, David admitted he wished he had allowed himself more time to adjust before making life-altering decisions. Imagine waking up in a new city where no one knows your name, where every street and face is unfamiliar. You're surrounded by strangers and far from the people and places that once brought comfort and stability. The house feels empty, not just physically but emotionally, because it no longer holds your history. The silence echoes louder than ever, and the routines you once relied on no longer exist. In that moment, the idea of starting over might seem thrilling, but the reality can feel isolating and disorienting. This is the risk of making drastic lifestyle changes too soon. What began as a hopeful new beginning can quickly become a source of deeper grief. It's important to acknowledge that wanting change after loss is natural and can be a healthy part of healing. But change should come from a place of thoughtful reflection, not desperation. Small adjustments, like picking up a new hobby, volunteering locally, or joining a community group, can introduce fresh energy into your life without uprooting everything all at once. These gradual steps help you test the waters and find new sources of joy and connection at your own pace. When you eventually feel ready to consider bigger decisions, moving to a new place, changing careers, or starting a new relationship, you'll be doing so with greater emotional clarity and resilience. Those choices will be more likely to support your long-term well-being instead of masking pain temporarily. Moreover, rushing into major changes might also overlook practical considerations, finances, healthcare, social support, that can impact your quality of life during this vulnerable period. Consulting with trusted friends, family members, or professionals can provide valuable perspective and help you weigh options carefully. If you find yourself eager to make a drastic change, pause and ask, am I trying to create a better life, or am I trying to escape my grief? Give yourself permission to feel what you're feeling without rushing to fix it. Healing is a journey, not a race. Surround yourself with support, lean on others, and remember that the strongest decisions come from patience and self-compassion, not haste. Taking your time doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you're honoring your own process of recovery and preparing for a future that truly feels right. Number 5, neglecting your own health. Imagine waking up one morning feeling physically drained, your body heavy and your mind foggy, not just from sadness, but because your basic needs have been ignored. The days blend together as meals go uneaten, sleep is restless, and medical appointments slip off your calendar. This is a reality many face after losing a spouse, where the weight of grief overshadows the care we owe our own bodies. Yet this neglect can make recovery even harder, turning an already painful journey into a health crisis. Grieving doesn't just affect the heart and mind, it can have a significant impact on the body as well. After losing a spouse, many people unintentionally put their own health on the back burner. They might skip meals, struggle with sleep, avoid medical checkups, or neglect daily self-care routines. Over time, this neglect can lead to serious physical problems, making an already difficult situation even harder to manage. It's understandable to feel drained and unmotivated during such a painful time. Feelings of sadness, anxiety, and exhaustion often make it challenging to prioritize your well-being. However, letting your health decline can slow down the healing process and create new challenges, both physically and emotionally. Remember, your late spouse would want you to take care of yourself. Caring for your body and mind is one of the most meaningful ways to honor their memory and preserve the life you still have to live. Taking small steps to nurture yourself is an act of love, both for yourself and for the life you shared. Begin with manageable goals. Drink plenty of water, take brief walks outside to get fresh air, and keep up with medical appointments. If preparing meals feels overwhelming, don't hesitate to ask friends or family for help or opt for simple, nutritious dishes. If emotional struggles feel heavy, reaching out to a counselor or joining a grief support group can provide essential comfort and guidance. There is strength in seeking connection and assistance. Your health is the foundation that supports your entire healing journey. When you maintain your physical and emotional well-being, you equip yourself with the resilience needed to face grief and gradually create a life with renewed meaning and joy. Furthermore, neglecting your health can sometimes lead to unnoticed warning signs of more serious conditions. Grief-related stress may exacerbate issues like high blood pressure or weaken your immune system, making it easier to fall ill. Regular checkups and open communication with healthcare providers are vital during this period. Lastly, self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Taking time for rest, proper nutrition, and emotional support doesn't mean you're forgetting your loved one. It means you're honoring them by valuing your own life. Embracing your health as a priority is a crucial step toward healing and finding hope again. Thank you for watching and taking the time to care for yourself during such a difficult time. Remember, grief is a journey, not a race, and the choices you make now can shape your path ahead. Avoiding these common mistakes isn't about fear. It's about giving yourself the space and support you deserve to heal wisely and gently. If this video helped you or someone you know, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing so we can continue to provide helpful advice for those navigating life's toughest moments. And if you have questions or want to share your own experience, leave a comment below. You never know who your story might comfort or guide. Above all, be kind to yourself. Take one step at a time, and know that with patience and support, you can move forward while honoring the love you shared. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.